Chinese manufacturer BYD, also known as Build Your Dreams, is back with a very stylish car known as the BYD Seal. Come, let's check out with it. A very small presence in the market with the initial launch of the E3. They try to make their presence much more bigger with the Atto 3, which was launched further on, but not making much of a success, and now they have the Seal. So let's start off with the design. In my opinion, this car looks very futuristic. On the front you have a very nice sporty looking front lip. The entire nose looks very sporty. The headlight housing has got a very sporty look with vents which are not functional though, but it's got a fully LED headlight with the LED indicator over here. Now coming to the side profile, you have a 19-inch tire profile over here and a nice design element over here, and also it's got a very nice futuristic looking side view mirrors with contour lines running across the entire body line. You get a passive entry on the passenger side as well. Coming to the rear side of the car, it's got a very futuristic looking taillight section and integrated taillight running from one end to the other. Now, let me tell you, this car is an all-wheel drive variant, so you get an all-wheel drive badging over there and a BYD Seal logo over here. There is something that I personally didn't like, that you have two BYD letterings over here, one on the top and one right next to the logo. Now coming lower to the bumper side, you have a very sporty looking diffuser over here and your boot open request button over there.
Now let me tell you, this car comes with a 400 litre boot space capacity and it gets an additional 50 litre capacity in the front.
The BYD Seal comes with a 3 variant option: the Dynamic, Premium and the Performance variant. The Performance variant being the top of the line variant which we have currently with us. Talking about the battery capacities, the Premium and the Performance get the same batteries, that is 82.5 kilowatt hour. The only difference between the Premium and the Performance variant is that the range. Premium variant comes with a 650 kilometer range, while the Performance variant comes down to 580 kilometer range. Now we are sitting in the inside of the car and I must tell you that it feels premium in the first go itself. You've got a suede finish over here and the leather top looks very nice. You have got a 15-inch screen which I must tell you rotates to the vertical mode just with a finger touch. Now there is a very cool feature over here that I must tell you, that you get a swing mode for your AC vents that keeps swinging left and right accordingly. You have a space for wireless charging for 2 phones at the same time. You have got a very nice cabin space over here, twin cup holders and a center armrest which has got some storage underneath it. And let me tell you, the seats are very nice and comfortable when you sit on them. You also get ventilated seats, so during your summer you don't need to worry at all. You've got a nice panoramic sunroof, so during the day it might get a little hot inside, but during the nights it's gonna look very nice and you're gonna enjoy your drives as well. Now let me tell you something, this steering wheel gives me a very sporty feel. Got buttons on both the sides. You've got the cruise control, the ADAS feature and a specific dedicated button that will rotate your center console. On the right side you have your mode button that will help you navigate through your infotainment system while you're driving alone and you don't want to be distracted with it. And you have your volume buttons and your phone buttons over here. Your speedometer display is a little small compared to this particular screen, because looking at this massive screen, this does look small. You also have a heads-up display that is well descriptive and can be read clearly. Now let's go to the rear seat and see how they are. First and foremost thing, I must tell you that I'm a 5.11 feet tall guy and I am pretty comfortable over here. There is a lot of headroom space over here and there is ample amount of knee room as well. There is something that I would want to point out. There is no space for your feet to push it underneath the seat over there. Now, there is also a flat floor over here, so the third person sitting over here can be comfortable. You get a center armrest with twin cup holders. If you have somebody else, you can just push back the center armrest and the third person can comfortably sit. Let me tell you something, a very good feature is that the third person also gets a seat belt and not a buckle up for your waist. Now you get two AC fans over here that is straight up for the rear passengers, and you have a small mobile holder space over here. You get two USB ports, one is the USB A and the other is the USB C port as well. Now let's drive the car and see how it feels. So we are now in the car and we are heading towards the highways mainly. And let me tell you, this car is equipped with ADAS level 2. So you get your lane assist, you get your collision alert, and you have it in a very precision manner. I will demonstrate that one to you. So right now I will slowly try tilting the vehicle to the different lane, but you can see that there is a there is a alert sound that comes on, and the steering automatically adjusts it to the lane, which is a pretty good feature. And even being the collision control, so it also has got the blind spot alert, which is pretty precise. There's a vehicle that is approaching while I'm changing the lane, it immediately indicates me on the side mirrors, or it kind of gives me a haptic on the steering wheel as well, which is a pretty good feature according to the ADAS level 2. In a regular eco mode, the vehicle obviously is not supposed to be fully throttled and meant to be using it for high speeds, but it does get onto a good power and it does pick up the speeds, and I must tell it is pretty decent for eco mode. Now I just shifted to the sport mode, and let me tell you, this car picks up as soon as you floor it. And I must tell you, this is a very powerful car. So whenever you are doing high speeds with your sport mode, you need to be very careful with it, because I must tell, even on high speeds, the car is pretty stable and it is sturdy. It is not throwing me all over the place. It is holding me onto the place, and it is not all over the road. Technically, it is stable. It is sitting on the road, making sure that you're driving and you're enjoying it comfortably at the same time. Speed, and then you decide to floor it, it doesn't really pick up immediately. It takes a linear power input, and it does go fast, but there is no immediate speed or power that you feel onto you, which is a good thing. And I must tell you, the heads-up display is pretty big. I can clearly see that I have got the lane assist alert on. I have the cruise control mode. I can see that I'm on a higher speed. I can see the speed limit, and I can see the current speed as well. So that is pretty well organized, and I can clearly see what is there and what is being displayed. Apart from that, I must tell, the cabin insulation is pretty nice. There is very minimal sound that is coming from the outside. Now that I'm making a video, so the music system's off, but okay. So overall, I must tell, I am pretty impressed with this car. The way the looks is, the way the car performs, the features it's got, and I must tell that for the price that they have given it aggressively in the market, for the price brand. Now there is one important thing that I personally felt. I just pulled over to the service lane, because you can see there's a lot of traffic on the highway over there. This infotainment system, as much as it is good, there are certain things that are on the negative side as well, that you have to be that you get distracted when you try to get onto something, because it's a very well organized, it's a very big screen, but to get onto one thing, you will have to get your eyes onto that, which sometimes might be distractive while you're driving. You have a co-passenger, well and good, but if you're driving alone, it might tend to get distractive. Over a period of time, once you get used to it, you know where your buttons are, or what actions are where, you will get used to it. But initially it might be a little distracting to you. Now the layout, the UI, the smoothness is top notch, no complaints on that. You get your Android Auto, you get your Apple CarPlay, everything functional, everything is nice. In fact, it is pretty smooth and it's pretty responsive as well. Considering it being an EV, considering the range you're getting, and considering the power output that it gives you, it is amazing. At any point of time, this car could probably kill the market if everybody knows what it is valued at. So overall, I would say it is a steal deal. Anyways, thank you for watching. I am Harshvardhan. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe to Gaadi Ki, and please make sure you comment down below what you think about this car. I'll be reading your comments and replying to them.